Greetings, another episode of the Weekly Awakening. Today's video is going to be about the fourth and fifth dimension, kind of clear the air on a lot of misinformation I see out there. So not to get too far off track on that, I normally try to provide information that is going to help educate someone on discovering and understanding themselves in a deeper way. So that's why I never really touched on this, but this does help you with that. But it's kind of on a deeper level, a deeper metaphysical level than just some kind of elementary beginner topics and subjects. So to understand the fourth and fifth dimension, you first have to realize what these are. And the third dimension is where we exist, and so that's what we're most familiar with. You know, length, width, and height being the three dimensions that our physical bodies are able to freely navigate those three dimensions within this reality. And so then what is the fourth dimension added to that? And then what is the fifth dimension added onto that? And for so many people, it's very hard to even perceive that, let alone fully grasp, let alone the fifth dimension. So the fourth dimension is time. We are currently locked in the present moment in this third dimension. So we are locked in this present moment. We cannot escape to tomorrow. We cannot escape to, yesterday. The past and the future do not exist within the third dimension. It is not a dimension of this reality. And so the fourth dimension is, and so that is where your subconscious mind resides. That is where your soul resides. And so, that's why when you dream at night, your mind can perceive different lines of probability. You can, go to different places. You're still locked in space, but you can, because there is no time factor of travel, you can travel to different places, meet different people. You can go and access through the Akashic records your past lives or different past experiences and things like that, because time is not a factor. But you have to, lock kind of essentially to access that, you have to lock yourself in position within your physical body. So you have to go within. You have to keep your body still instead of moving about. You have to still your body and then go within. Then you can move through time, versus being locked in time, being able to move through space. And so that is a little bit about the fourth dimension. That's when you're astrally traveling. You're within the fourth dimension, so you can be here on Earth, but also in the astral planes and things. Lucid dreaming, all of your dreaming, even when you're not lucid, your dreaming is happening within the fourth dimension. And so this is the fourth dimension. It's not, that's the very first place you go to when you die, is the fourth dimension. You may orchestrate and manifest a reality of heaven or reality of hell, and then at a later point move on to other things and assimilating your lifetime and then preparing the next lifetime and things. But that video is not here nor there. This is mostly about that dimension, just giving you a little other things that take place within that dimension. And so then when you do that, you're able to kind of time disappears. You can kind of like the TV show The Watchers, that he is a fourth dimensional being. He is able to, in the blue Dr. Manhattan, he's able to exist within all parts of time at once. So time is not a limit to him. So, watch that TV show and you'll get a better understanding of the fourth dimension and existing within the fourth dimension. And the fifth dimension is space. You will just freely be able to exist within space anywhere and be essentially be everywhere at once. And so, I just laugh at some of the things I see that initiated this video on the fourth and fifth dimension. Oh, you're moving into the fifth dimension, and I kind of get that, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, cosmic consciousness, that all is within the fifth dimension. And so as you more are aligning within your inner self and your super conscious mind, your spirit, you are aligning with these, but it's not that, your physical body's about to go into the fifth dimension. I mean, that's ridiculous. Now there are alternate dimensional realities, but they are still three-dimensional realities. They're just alternate dimensions that you can shift in between, but that's not here nor there either. I just wanted to kind of shed a little bit of light on the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension and what those really are, and how you can have a relationship with those. You already currently are existing within the fourth and fifth dimension. Your spirit is in the fifth dimension. Your soul is in the fourth dimension. Your physical body is in the third dimension. And so, but like I said, with everything, don't believe anything that I say. Find out for yourself, do some research. And I'm not saying just reading some books or watching some videos, but, be a metaphysician. I always encourage people to create an experience for themselves. One thing that you can do is become lucid in a dream. Practice lucid dreaming. That way you can experience the fourth dimension for yourself to determine, is that the fourth dimension? Are these capabilities with time, like as I'm describing, are the capabilities of space still as limited as I describe? Or, find out for yourself, because I never want anyone to believe anything that I say. And I never want anyone to, act and share and treat it as truth and sharing it with other people, for certain. But find out for yourself, discover what's true and what's not true for yourself, in regards to the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. Now, that's not to say also, that's not to say that anyone who's sharing any of this information, what they are conveying about it, even though they may be misperceiving the fourth and fifth dimension, the things that they're sharing might still be of value to you. So also don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. If there's something of value that someone's saying and mentioning, but they're just calling it the fourth and fifth dimension, that's fine also, so be mindful of that. And so I just want to share this real quick. So as always, I leave y'all in peace.